Hello and welcome to DFPITVGames. Today we're going to be doing another NES game, and let's see what we have here. We're doing Godzilla for the NES. And this game gets a lot of hate for some reason with a lot of YouTubers, but I actually think it's a really fun game, and I'm going to show you some reasons why I think it is. And today we will be playing on my top loader system. Well, when we first start out, you notice that the title screen is pretty cool. It's just got Godzilla above the letters. And it gives you a little storyline in 2XXXAD. It's really, really slow. The Earth receives a declaration. Okay. So we're going to hit new game here. And the first board is the Earth. And what a lot of people complain about is like when you first start, they're like, what is this? And it's actually a board. And what you do is you click your monster and you can move. And once you move, you fight your way through an area. Even though it says we're on Earth, the first board, I really don't think this is the Earth. Because in the background, you'll notice that like blue planet looks kind of like Earth. The only thing I can think of is this would be Earth, as if this is like a desert and those are like mountains or something. And you get a nice variety of attacks. B kicks, A does a punch, down B does like this tail attack, and then if you have like a lot of enemies, you can hit start and use your energy to do his signature atomic breath or whatever it's called. Now there is a sequel to this game, but it's very hard to find, and I heard the gameplay is just terrible. So sometimes when you get into the harder levels, it gets really annoying because there's a lot of stuff hitting you, but this first board is fairly easy. And every time you get to every time you beat, like once you move and beat the level, a monster will come, and let's see, will you fight the enemy? You hit yes, will you fight Godzilla? And then this is my favorite part of the game. You get to actually, you go through this little mini level here. Get some health here, and then you go through a level just like you did, but this time once the level is over, you actually get to fight the monster, which is, I think, the best part of the game. And the enemies are basic. You get airplanes, you get satellite dishes shooting electric stuff at you. You get stuff, like little spaceships bombing you. And these first guys are really easy. Godzilla is annoying to fight, because like you see, he'll get you in this corner. And he'll basically pound the crap out of you with these super weak attacks. Basically makes it so you can barely move. And it gets really aggravating. But he's really hard to lose against. And there we go. And I leveled up. Every time you kill a monster, you usually level up, and you get more health and energy, which is needed a lot, because when you get into these later levels, you will need them, because there's going to be a ton of stuff attacking you, and there's going to be special weapons, like in the movies. In the movies, if you've seen them all the time, they'll make like these super weapons that's going to kill Godzilla for good and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of them actually work. If you don't dodge them or hit them with your beam, there's some missiles and stuff that you will come in contact with, and they will tear you to pieces. These guys, I don't know what they are. They look like dragons or something. I know I'm not on the Earth. Now this guy looks pretty badass, Mogera. He's pretty cool. He looks kind of like Mechagodzilla mixed with, like, I don't know. He's got like a drill for a head. If you've seen the movie, you've seen him. And he's pretty cool. there's a glitch where if you keep hitting tail, if you keep tail swiping him, he actually gets stunned for a few seconds, and you can just keep doing that. But it takes a lot longer. There we go, level 3, and I got more health now. The game is pretty repetitive. It's basically you're doing the same thing the whole time, pretty much. However, I honestly don't think it's that bad. Because, see, you get different scenery, and as you get along, it will get repetitive if you're playing it for like an hour and a half and you live that long. The game is fairly easy as long as you're always hitting this stuff. To avoid being like hit by everything, all you have to do is hit this stuff coming into you. Like if something's about to hit you, just punch it or kick it if it's down below, and it usually never hits you. So keeping your health high is fairly easy. And you also get Mothra, and the only thing I do have to complain about this game is basically the goal is to get to the very far right of the screen, and you can go on to the next board. The only thing I don't like about it is you have to play as Mothra. You have to get both monsters to the end, which, some levels are really easy with Mothra, because you don't have to fly, you don't have to kick all the mountains, you can literally just fly over all of them. But the only thing is, the wings, her flying, when she flies, it makes the whole screen lag, because there's so much stuff going on, and the flying thing is like it's just a lot of graphics, the wings flapping, and so if you have a lot of missiles on the screen, you'll kind of like, you won't freeze, but you'll like slow down, it'll be really slow and fidgety. But besides that, the only other problem with her that I really don't like is every time you get hit, you fly back. And if there's like when you get to the higher levels, there's going to be a lot of stuff flying at you. And if you keep getting hit and you don't hit the stuff, you're going to be just pounded to the ground so many times, and it'll get really aggravating. But it's not that bad. You'll get used to it. Her special attack is basically bombs. You use the wings. You drop wings, which that doesn't really make any sense, but it's actually a pretty good attack. Because when you're flying over stuff and they keep hitting you, just bomb them. And these little red cylinders are your health. And that's about it. She's pretty okay. If you keep hitting A, you'll block a lot of stuff coming ahead of you. There's always stuff that hits you from behind. And it gets really difficult when you're in the 3rd and 4th board with Mothra, because there's stuff that will kill you really bad. It will just drain your health. I've had stuff that if I didn't kill it, and it killed Godzilla in one hit. Like when you get higher, it does get more difficult. But the game is really, really easy as far as getting to back where you were, because you get pretty much unlimited continues. Alright, now I'm going to show you the final level with Godzilla. This is the final level on board 1. And basically it's like this little like, it looks like a trench. It looks kind of like the Star Wars trench. A lot of people have trouble on it. I did it first, so I'm just going to give you a few tips. Kill these things no matter what. These little things coming out the board. And kick everything. If you walk past it, it will hit you from behind and take a lot of health. Keep punching. Because if you keep punching, you can stop the projectiles. But yeah, kill this. This thing is a pain. Just keep kicking it. You just want to literally kill all these things in the wall shooting at you. Because I have died on this before. Because I tried to run through it and get it over with. And that's not the best thing to do. They are generous with health though. Literally almost, a lot of the things you kill gives you a cylinder of health. And it pretty much gives you, I think, half your health back. See, I'm taking a good bit of heat here. And there's another cylinder for me. Hopefully I can get it. There we go. Alright. And that's it. And then to get to the next board, you just hit Godzilla, and hit A, and just move to the next field. Alright, well, I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to get Mothra to the next field and then see what we have. Okay, here we are again at board 2. Now, it's basically the same. It's got few differences. There's always one more monster to the board. And they will get harder. They'll have more and more enemies. You see, there's firebirds, there's these like fire dragon things. And they're fairly easy to kill. You can't just start smashing stuff now. You have to like jump and attack to kill the birds. And the best way to kill those dragons is the beams. And when you get to a volcano, you actually have to hit the top of it to get past. I was actually stuck on those, and I didn't know what was hitting me. It was actually the tops of these volcanoes. You have to hit them. But usually they give you some energy. Alright, so the enemy's moving. And as you can see, there's an extra enemy here. We'll fight him in a little bit. Yeah, these firebirds, just punch them. And these, jump and punch them. It'd be wise, because if you try to go past them, they usually hit you. And they always give you energy, so... Yes, these right here, these tops right here, you have to hit the tops of the volcanoes before you can go through. These little spinny things are a pain in the ass, because every time they hit you, they multiply. This is like a little bonus area to get health. Yeah, see, that purple monster is the new monster. Let's see if we can get through here and fight Godzilla again. There's several things I really like about this game. One is you get to be Godzilla. A lot of games like Frankenstein, you don't actually get to be Frankenstein. I like how you actually get to be Godzilla. You're not like a tank trying to shoot him or something like that. Another thing I like about it is you get to smash stuff. I mean, what's the point of a Godzilla game? You want to go around, you want to smash stuff. The only thing I do have to complain about is you never do get to go on actual Earth, so you don't get to smash buildings like you do in the movies and such. And as you can see, the background's changing a little bit. It's getting a little bit of variety here. The enemies are basically the same, though. You're never gonna get any like really weird different enemies. And see that rocket up there? That will take a good bit of health from you. As I was talking about earlier, when you start getting higher levels, they'll have like these super rocket things. And some of them take a lot of health from you. You gotta watch out. I don't know why you're fighting firebirds, but it's a fairly cool enemy. Those things up there are actually in the movie, when him and Space Godzilla were battling in space. Those, like, they sent these rocket things to try to kill Godzilla. Godzilla has more health and he's more powerful now, but he's still easy as pie. Especially now that you are higher level as well. Alright, let's see if we can kill him. There we go, and I leveled up. I'm level 4 now. Got a little bit more health. Alright, let's fight Mogera. Mogera has a lot more health now, and this time his attacks actually do a lot of damage. If he hits you with that like beam thing and all of the projectiles hit you, it actually does a lot of damage. I'm gonna try not to like cheat. I'm gonna try to use a variety of moves on him. See that beam thing? Next time you fight him on board 3, that beam will destroy you. And I mean destroy you. But he's fairly easy. I beat him with absolutely no problem at all. There's not really strategy, really. Alright, let's go ahead and fight the last monster. And the second area I forgot to mention, this second board is called Mars, by the way. I don't believe it looks very much like Mars, but you do get it. I would think it'd be more of the moon because you have like everything's like white. But I forgot to mention that yeah, the second board is actually called the moon. I mean, it's the white is distracting me like crazy. It's called Mars. Sorry, it's actually called Mars. I don't think Godzilla ever see that thing right there. That is a super weapon that just hit me. And those things take a lot of damage. And see, I'm actually almost dead right now. I just got a cylinder, but that thing right there. And I don't know how to dodge it. I really don't. But it took a lot of my health. And so, now that I'm fighting the monster, this is a Varan. And he's got a lot of health and a lot of power. But he's fairly easy to beat. Just keep hitting him with low attacks. Your tail whip is probably the most strategic attack, because you can hit them from further away. And they can't hit you. And then whenever your power gets up, hit him with your breath attack. And he'll go down fairly easy. I've never had any problems with him. As far as I know, he doesn't really have any power abilities. He hasn't really used any on me at all. That's another complaint I have. As you see here, if you don't beat the enemy with a certain amount of time, they'll actually retreat to the next board. And so now you don't get any monster fights, and now you gotta get Mothra all the way to the end. Well, as you progress, there's nothing really different. Besides, you get to fight new monsters. And a lot of them take a lot of time to get to, so I'm not going to be showing them now. I will probably have a Godzilla Part 2, which will be the really the final levels, just to get some variety to show you the other kind of monsters and stuff. But yeah, that's why I like this game. One, you get to actually play as Godzilla. You get to smash shit. You get to fight monsters in like a little kind of like arcade style fight 'em, which is really fun. And another really nice perspective I love is you get to level up, and you get more health and more attack as you level up, which I really think is an awesome idea. It just adds to the fun that not only are you just smashing stuff and beating the hell out of some monsters, you actually get to level up. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on my next game review.